The dolphin watching coastal tour starts on the western end of the island of Tobago at the Bonacord Lagoon and goes all the way to Castara in East Tobago. The covered pirogue with a toilet facility passes right between the Nyland Pool and No Man's Land Peninsula. As the boat approached Buku, the guests saw horses running along the beach just west of a floating bouncy castle off the coast of Buku village. After seeing magnificent rocks made entirely from calcium carbonate that had been extracted over thousands of years from little animals called polyps that build coral reefs, they saw a huge luxury yacht, which a British tourist jokingly said must have belonged to a Russian oligarch. The flag on the yacht suggested that it was from the British Virgin Islands. The sighting of the yacht gave everyone the feeling that this was going to be a particularly great trip. Mount Irving Beach was just as scenic as Buku village. The group saw the famous Mount Irving Golf Course, which was once ranked among the top 10 golf courses in the world. A young man asked his grandmother if she had ever been to Back Bay. She mischievously responded, "No, sir. I was always a good girl." Everyone laughed. The man's grandmother expressed surprise when she saw a particular corridor of sea between two rock formations that she had never seen in her life. "I thought you said you've never been to Back Bay," her grandson asked. She blushed as everyone erupted into laughter a second time. After passing Grafton Beach, they saw Scouty, a local environmentalist that patrolled Turtle Beach day and night to ensure that the enormous leatherback turtles that came to shore to lay their eggs were safe, and that their hatchlings made it back to sea in large enough numbers to ensure that some had the best chance of surviving to continue the circle of life by living long enough to one day reproduce. The snorkeling at Arna's Field was so much better than what they had experienced at Buku Reef, even though this reef was a much smaller reef. Cotton Bay is a beach that cannot be reached via land travel, so when the group got to that beach, they had the area all to themselves. Once they left Cotton Beach, the boat went much further away from land than it had gone before. Dolphins had been spotted at a distance. Although the dolphins did not stick around for a very long time, everyone was so glad to have seen them. Everyone was surprised about how many sea corridors and caves could be found along the Caribbean seaside of Tobago. The group even saw a duck at the top of a cliff bordering a sea corridor. Green Tobago Tours founder Leroy George swam into one of the caves to show everyone how deep it was. One cave even had an exit that led to a hidden beach behind it. There is a waterfall called the Fountain of Youth that cannot be reached via land travel. It is found just before reaching Castara. This waterfall may be one of the best locations for any tourist, local or international, to take pictures in Tobago, and not many people get an opportunity to visit this waterfall. If you want to see stingrays, then Castara's beach is definitely the place to be. The coastal tour group saw many of these beautiful creatures in the water, swimming among humans in perfect harmony. These stingrays can be seen at Castara Beach every day of the year. The trip back to the western end of Tobago was all about fishing, dancing, and great music. They danced on the stern of the boat. They danced at the bow of the boat. They danced in a Congo line all around the boat. Everyone did the dollar wine. They danced from evening until nighttime. After having lunch at No Man's Land, The guests went to the Island Pool, where they were able to see the most beautiful sunset ever. At Island Pool, they saw the largest glass-bottom boat in Trinidad and Tobago. The daytime coastal tour was about to end, but the nighttime light show, that is the bioluminescent tour, was just beginning.